Hey guys, welcome back to FedEx Gaming's Redstone Tutorials. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you guys how to build my universal minecart station. Now, what I mean by universal is that usually when I built minecart stations, people would have troubles with the rails. And everyone's going to still have trouble with rails because they don't quite understand how they snap together, because rails work in different directions. They all don't do the same thing every direction. They just don't. They just snap weird. So what I did was I made it so it's pretty much universal by the meaning that you don't have to change any redstone. Don't have to change anything that has to do with anything inside here. The only thing you'll have to change in case it's going the wrong direction is one powered rail and one button, and just switch it off for the no powered rail, no button on this side. So over there's our departure bay, and over here is our arrival bay. So now let's go over a few things about this thing, and then we'll start building it. So, you know what, let's first do this. Let's put our minecart in. So if you decide to not click any station and you send your minecart through, it will go all the way around and just end up over here at the arrival bay. Like that, beautiful. So now, and I also made it so when you click a button and you pick your bay, in case you want to just switch it, you don't have to click a reset button. It'll just cycle right through it, no problem. And you know, you could click them all really fast and it won't break it or anything like that. See, didn't break it. So now let's say we're going to station 5. So I'm going to send my minecart through to station 5. So once it leaves your minecart station, it will reset everything, beautiful, and it will leave off at minecart station 5. There we go. And then I also made 2 arrival bays. So technically, if you wanted to come through over into the departure bay as well, it can. So that means you don't have to loop the minecart track all the way down to here to get it to go to the arrival bay or anything like that. So right here's our departure bay. So if I put a minecart here coming into the bay instead of out of the bay, it will just go right down into the arrival bay like that. Well, this is technically the departure bay. So if you do want to hook a Pez dispenser to it, then I'll show you how to fix that over there in case you don't want to do that. But if you're not, then it's absolutely fine. And here's the arrival bay on this side. You just click the button. Oh, is there a thing down here? No, there's not. So I'm just going to push it. I'm going to just push it like that. There we go. And it goes down to the arrival bay. Beautiful. So let's just start building this thing, guys. It's actually a very, very easy build. I know it looks difficult, but this thing is super easy to build, guys. Alright guys, so usually I always give a definite spacing on what we're going to need for my builds. However, this one we're just going to be building it straight off of flatlands because 1, we don't have to dig down with it, which is really awesome. And 2, it is huge. So hopefully you're not building this straight off your survival. Hopefully you wait until you got a lot of stuff to actually decide to build a minecart station. And 3, the awesome thing about it is it's universal, so it doesn't really matter which way you build it or any direction you build it. So what we're going to literally start off by doing is putting a block down with a torch on top of it, and this is your middle of your build. This right here is the whole center of your build. Everything is exactly the same on this build except for this one block with a torch on it. So just keep that in mind. Now, if you're going to build it as big as it can go, if you're going to build it as big as it can go, you're going to go out to the right and left with dust 13 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then off this way with 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, I'm not going to be making mine as big as it can go like over here. I'm only going to make it like 4 stations. But like I said, if you're going to make it as big as it can go, then 13 and 13 that way. So now what we're going to do is build 1 station, and then we're going to pretty much go through the other stations fast because they're the same thing over and over again. So right here where our block with our torches, we're literally going to come over 1 block and then down a block. I'm going to put our block right here with 2 blocks of choice in front of it and a button right here. So this should be one of your stations. Then right behind the block with the button on, I'm going to put a repeater on 1 tick delay. So if I click this button, the repeater comes on. Put a block in front of the repeater right above the dust. Put a block down from that, put a repeater coming out of the block set to 4 ticks delay. Put a block down here, and then a regular piston facing upwards off in front of your 4 tick delay repeater with a piece of sand or gravel on top of it. Next, what we're going to do is come out to the back side of our sand and put dust on this block. And then on the inside, right above our 4 tick, we're going to put a block here with a repeater going towards our sand block on 1 tick delay. And then we're going to put a block right above this torch and bring it over to where our repeater is with dust on top of it. And then over here where our dust is, we're going to come up 2 blocks of choice like that for now. And that's 1 whole station. You are done with 1 whole station. So if I click this, the station gets chosen. Beautiful. But we can't choose a different station to show you that it's actually working. So we're going to build another station right off to this side now. So I'm going to do it very fast now, guys, because I mean, you already should know what to do. So block here, 2 blocks up, button, put a repeater going this way on 1 tick delay, block in front of it, block down, repeater on 4 ticks delay, block in front of it with a piston facing upwards with sand on top of it. Just bring the block straight over to your sand like that. Dust here, repeater going this way on 1 tick delay, block behind it, 2 blocks of choice up with dust on this side, and that's another station right there. So now if I click this button, that station gets unselected and this station gets selected. Do it again, that one gets selected, that one doesn't get selected. So now we're just gonna rush through some other ones. I'm gonna do let's do 6 stations. So there's 5. We're gonna do 6 stations very fast, so then you guys can get a great understanding of how to build this. So like I said, just block here, block, repeater, block, repeater on 4 ticks, piston, sand. I'm just gonna do this for every single one of them. Block, repeater on 1 ticks, 4 ticks, piston, sand, sand, there we go, with a block in front of it. Let's do the other ones too. Block, repeater, block, repeater, both on 4 ticks, piston, sand, and now we can hook them all together. So just bring this down, boop, block here, do the same thing on this side, do, block here, repeater, dust, and repeater, come off the back sides of them, dust here, back side of this one, dust here, and then 2 blocks of choice up like that. These are blocks you will be able to see, and there we go. We got 6 stations in now. So now if I click this one, switches that one. If I click this one, it switches to that one, all that good stuff. And if you want to reset it for now while you're building it, you can just put a button on your block with the torch and just click that and it will reset everything. So now what we're going to do is start doing the minecart rails, this is the part where people will get confused. This is the part where, actually let's do the lamps first. Let's get the lamps out of the way. Now, you don't need to build the lamps. I mean, it's very optional to build the lamps. However, if you want to like have a nice little lamp come on when you press the button, then yeah, it just looks cool. So just come 1 more block up above your button with a block of choice and then put your lamps on top of those blocks. Then off every block of choice that our dust is going into, I want you to put a torch on top of every single one of them. Then we're going to put a block of choice right above our torches. So just go like this. Boop. Then blocks of choice right above our dust. And then we're going to put torches coming off the back sides of the blocks that have the torches underneath them. So the torch will go off. We're going to do that to every single one of them. And then we're going to take our wool and literally just bring it over to the lamp. So go like this and just literally bring it all the way down to the lamp for every single one of them. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to put blocks right next to the lamps. And then just literally just wrap dust down to it like that. There we go. Just wrap the dust down to the lamps. Beautiful. So now if I click the button, the lamp should come on. There we go. Click this button, the lamp should come on. Nice. And then we'll just reset it. So now let's start doing our actual rails. So first things first, if you're not going to make it as long as it's supposed to go, then just delete this extra redstone dust. It is not needed there. I just put that there as a benchmarker for you guys, because if you do make it go as far as possible, this will be the last dust it hits. So if you are making it go as far as possible. So now what we're actually going to do is just strap in our bays. So what we're going to do is right here next to every single block with the torch on it, if you did that, so it should be 1 out from where our dust is. See, there's our dust going into this block and then a block right here. Then we're going to bring a row of blocks of choice all the way down, and then we're going to come out 2 more. So 1, 2, like that. And that should be the back of our bay right there. It should come out 3. And then we're gonna come out 2 more from here. 1, 2, and then just bring it this way. 1, 2, and then bring it down 3. Actually, just bring it down over. Is it just 1? Let me just check real quick. I like to make it look nice. It is just 1. Okay. So just wrap it. So bring it out 2, 1, 2, and then wrap it this way 1, and then come down with a stair like that. And that should be our arrival bay. And then this side should be our departure bay. And like I said, it doesn't really matter. It could be either or. It doesn't really matter. So let's just bring that down like that. There we go. Beautiful. Alright guys, so now that we got all the stations down, all we have to do is the rails, which is actually the hardest part of this whole build. The rails is what gets people confused because of how they snap in different directions. Now right now we just have two bays. We have two bays. We don't know which one's an arrival and we don't know which one is a departure. However, the way I am building it, I already know that this is my departure bay and I already know this is my arrival bay. But you guys don't know which one is yours. Now I'm going to show you a really neat trick to figure out which one is yours. So we're going to come right back here. And then right here off every single block that has the torch on it, we're just going to put a normal, actually we're going to skip one block up here. And we're going to put a normal rail here, and we're going to put a powered rail here and a powered rail right here. Now this is how you figure out which side's arrival and which one is departure. So once we put a rail right here, it's going to either attach to this one or this one. So whichever one it attaches to is the direction of your arrival bay. So when I click down this, boop, as you can see, it attached to this one right here. So that means our arrival bay is this direction. Whichever one it does not attach to, our departure bay is over here. Now, departure means the bay you're going to be leaving from. Arrival bay means the one you will be arriving to. So when you're coming into the station, you arrive at the arrival bay, such as that. So I'll show you to you one more time. We'll do it one more time. So 2 powered rails, and then 1 normal rail up here next to the block. And then we're going to put a normal rail like that, and then it'll attach that way. So now we can actually just fill in everything. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, you can just put all powered rails in between each block like this, and then put our rails down like that. Oop, like that, I mean. So put a rail here and here, 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 here. Now, of course, if yours is going this way, if yours is attaching to that side, then that means over here is going to be your departure bay, and your arrival bay to arrive will be on this side. See, very easy to figure out, guys. Nothing to it. So now we're just going to hook these down over here. Now I already know this is my departure bay, so we're going to put 3 powered rails going up like that, and then put regular rails all the way down to this one, and a powered rail right here with a button above the block, because this is our departure bay. And then we're going to put a torch right under here to make them all come on. And then we're going to do over here, what we're going to do is put just all normal rails. That's all you need, just all normal rails going all the way down to your arrival bay, and then no torches or anything. So that's how you know. So let's say if yours is going the other way, then you'd put power rails on this side and you'd put regular rails on this side. Nothing to it, nothing to it. So now what we're going to do is put power to all these powered rails right here. So just go under the first one right here, put a block right underneath it and a torch, see how it comes on, and then literally do it to every single one. So just skip a block, put a block, oop, skip one, block, 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 like that, and then put torches on top of all of them. Or you know what, you could also put levers, but I don't know, I just like using torches better. And there we go. Now all our powered rails are on. So now what we're going to have to do is just the reset. So when you leave the bay, you reset everything. So just put detector rails coming out of these top rails right here. Then we're going to come underneath it with blocks like that, and then put dust on top of all of these blocks. Now what we're going to do is find our middle block. So like in the beginning, like I said, the center of our whole entire build is this block with a torch on it. We're going to put dust going into it, into this block, and then we're going to put a repeater going into this block set to 1 tick delay into this dust that leads to the center of our build right there. And we are done. That should reset everything now. So now if I go over here and I click the button, it comes on. And then when our minecart leaves the bay, let's get our minecart out, it resets everything. So now what we're going to do is actually, when people are actually coming into the bay itself from a different station, or maybe you just have it hooked up to random areas, we're going to make some arrival bays for that. So over here is our arrival bay. We know this is our arrival bay. So yours might be on the other side. I'm not sure. Just go to where your arrival bay is. And then coming off from the front of it, we're just going to come out 2 blocks like this. And this is where people are going to arrive into the bay. So, I mean, you can hook this to any side you want. It doesn't really matter. But this is where people will be coming in and coming down into your build, and then getting off and going off and doing whatever. Now, on the side with your departure bay, where you are leaving your minecart station, instead of it being here, like that, you can have it like this if you want to. It can come into your departure bay. However, if you're going to have a Pez dispenser and all that stuff, I highly recommend it coming this way like that. So it'll look like that. However, if you're not going to do a Pez dispenser or a full-on super amazing arrival bay and all that stuff, just go like this. And this can be another side for your arrival bay. But there you guys go. That is how you build my... Oh, Actually, one more thing. You don't have to do this. This is another thing you do not have to do. However, I like to go right here and just come up 2 blocks like that and put a slab like that. That's just to keep people from going into your bay, and this will keep you also from suffocating. So when you go into this, you won't take any damage, but it will also keep people from getting into your minecart station. However, if someone really wants to get in there, they'll go in there if they want to. So just do that to both sides like that with a slab, and that will keep people out. So there you guys go. That's how you build my universal minecart station. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like and subscribe to stay tuned with my newest videos. All right, guys, peace.